Hey art friends, today we're going to draw a plant monster. It's going to be a lot of fun and I hope you're going to follow along with me. Let's get started. I'm using my gray color pencil to first draw all of the main shapes of our plant monster. We're going to first draw the main head for the plant. I'm going to draw it really big. So we're going to draw an oval shape, and don't worry about making these lines look perfect. They can be wobbly, they can also be messy. The most important thing is to just get the shape that you want. So you can make it taller or wider. You could also make it a little smaller. It's up to you. Now let's give our plant monster an eye. I'm going to draw a circle right here. One big eye towards the top of the head. Then we could also draw the pupil inside. I'm going to draw another circle that's smaller inside. And then let's draw the mouth. I'm going to start here. We're going to draw a curve that goes underneath the eye. Then we're going to curve around, come down for the bottom of the mouth. There. Yeah, see how messy my lines are? They're kind of all over the place. It's okay. You just keep going until you get the line just the way that you want it. You could also use a pencil that's erasable if you want to get rid of some of the extra lines, but I'm going to keep all of my construction lines. So now we got the mouth. It's open and it's kind of 3D. Our plant is looking off to the side. So the mouth is going to come in and we'll come back out and connect to the top. Now let's add some teeth. I'm going to draw big round teeth. For this lesson, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try a different style. On Art for Kids Hub, we do a lot of cartoon lessons. And the purpose behind that is to keep the lesson simple so you can work on just drawing main shapes. And here on our advanced channel, we've been doing more realistic or 3D drawings and using our pencil to get the main shapes first before we start coloring. But then I thought that'd be fun to still do some cartoon lessons, but still use that technique where we use our pencil first and draw the main shapes. So here we go. We got all of the round teeth on the top and also the bottom. And if I went too fast, remember you can always pause the video for extra time. We could also add a tongue inside of here. I'm going to draw a curve that comes out of the teeth, and then we're going to draw another bump for the other side of the tongue. Let's also add a flower. I'm going to draw the center of the flower. Then we could draw the petals coming out. And you could also, one thing I like doing sometimes for flowers is you can draw the outside circle, and then this will help guide your petals when you're drawing around that center. That way they all come out to make the same shape or that same oval shape. Now let's add some leaves. I'm going to start here. We'll just draw a leaf coming out, back in. We draw another leaf right here and overlap behind the other leaves. Let's draw one coming out to the side here. And we could also draw them curving down and then having an S curve. That looks really cool. I'm going to come down here, draw another one, so that this one's in front, and then the other one in between here could be behind these other leaves. Well, let's draw a really big one sticking out. You can go around and add as many leaves as you want. You could also add more flowers. You could even draw, maybe the stem comes out somewhere and it's its arm. We could have little stems coming out. Oh, these could have berries on them. Now with these leaves, we could also add the center curve that comes out. And we could also give our leaves a little zigzag on the outside shape. They don't have to be solid like this. We could draw little zigzags that come in. Also added one big leaf here in the middle. Now let's draw the pot that our plant is sitting in. And we can draw it coming down further and then sitting on the ground. I'm gonna draw another stem with a berry on it to balance out the ones that we have over here. Now that we have all of the main shapes for our plant monster, it looks really cool and just the way that I want it. So you can take extra time to add even more things. You could also add a background, but I'm gonna leave my drawing just like this. We're gonna put our pencil off to the side and let's switch to our markers. The next step is to add the first layer of color, and we're gonna block it in solid. This part will speed up, so remember to pause the video. And you can also pick different colors. I'm first gonna use a light green to color in the plant face and also some of the leaves. We'll also use our pink to color in the other leaves, some berries, also the flower and pot. Now we have the first layer finished and it's dry. Now we can add the second layer. We're gonna add shading with darker colors. So first I'm gonna use my dark green. I'm using 54. The first green I used was 59. And we'll use this 54 to add shadows. Let's start with the leaf up here. I'm gonna draw a curve that goes across the leaf and then we'll color below it. So anything that's behind, we wanna show it darker so that it looks more 3D. So this leaf looks like it's now behind the eye and also this leaf. We could also add a shadow on this one since it's behind the flower. And we'll darken in below that line too. I'm gonna go around and add this darker shadow to all of the green leaves. I love that this drawing has a totally different style. It's more graphical and the shadows are solid. Instead of gradating or blending from dark to light, we just have these solid shadows. I think it's really cool and I like both styles, so it's fun to change it up. Next, I'm gonna use my dark purple for the shadow on all of the pink stuff. We're just gonna create that same type of shadow on all of the pink shapes. So we'll start on the flower petals. I'm gonna add this shadow. And we're doing it the opposite of where the highlight will be. So the highlight's gonna be on top where the white reflection. And so we'll put all of the shadows on the bottom part of each of the shapes. I even used that dark purple for a shadow on the teeth and the eyeball. And we're almost done. I'm gonna switch to my black marker. We're gonna create all of the nice outlines. We're gonna trace over our original pencil lines. And this part we'll fast forward because we're just tracing and outlining what we've already drawn. Before I do any more black marker, I want to add a shadow to the face. I just want to add a darker shadow to it so that it looks more round and also kind of give it some lips. And I also gave it some texture. Now let's switch back to our black marker and we'll finish outlining our whole drawing. I really like this style with the thick black lines. It's fun to change it up and to try something different. Now I'm going to use my white paint marker to add some of the highlights back in. I really like using these white acrylic paint markers to add the highlights back on top of the marker. You can even use this on top of the pencil lines to get rid of, and it almost acts like an eraser. And we did it! We finished drawing and coloring our plant monster. It turned out awesome, and I'm sure your drawings look really cool too. Don't worry about making your drawing look exactly like mine. I hope you took extra time to change your drawings, even change the colors. I especially love in this lesson that we used our colored pencil, our gray colored pencil, to draw the main shapes of our drawing before we used our markers. And I also love that the overall style of this drawing is different than we've done in the past. Looks really cool and it's super fun. I hope you had a lot of fun following along with me and drawing a plant monster, and we'll see you later, our friends. Goodbye.